What is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Cahooch, and welcome back to the first episode in a new series called Prairie Sun Movement. In today's episode, we'll be going over 6 different stretches that help combat lower back pain. These stretches can really be done by anyone, anywhere, as long as you have some floor space. So if you've got lower back pain, we've got the stretches for you. So let's dive right in. So for any kind of stretching that you're doing, just a note on the side of caution, if you have any injuries, go slowly, don't push yourself, and really look for how to modify any of these stretches so that they don't aggravate any existing issues with you. So really just go slowly, be gentle with yourself, and you'll be able to still experience the benefits of these stretches. So guys, our first position is called child's pose. This position not only helps alleviate pain, but it also helps to relax the entire body. So I use this pose mostly in the morning to just kind of stretch and wake myself up when I'm not wanting to put myself under too much pressure. So this is a really nice gentle position that will do wonders for your back. So first, what you want to do is you want to get onto your knees and sit upright. If this is too hard for your knees or any part of your body, you can also go for additional support by adding a block underneath your butt that you will sit on top of, and it'll help raise you up. Additionally, if you don't have a block or if you need more support, you can also wrap a towel, a thick towel, under your legs and sit back on it like that. Once you have yourself set up and comfortable in how you're going to go down, all you get to do is lean forward and stretch your arms out and put your head onto the floor and just relax. Take some deep breaths. What this allows is for the spine to relax, the shoulders to relax, and the neck to fully relax, and really helps promote circulation in the lower back. And in turn, this can just be a gentle way to start your day or midday, anytime. So take some deep breaths in that position and hold it for maybe about 5 to 10 seconds. And you can wiggle around and, like I always say, get creative in any of these positions, and you'll be relaxed and stretched out in no time. So for our second position, this one is called the knee to chest stretch. All you want to do is lay down and lift one leg up and pull from under your knee towards your chest. If you're having a hard time reaching this part, you can always use straps or some sort of towel to help extend your arms and get a good grip on your leg. As well, if you want to intensify this stretch, you can lift your head up and put it towards your knee. Take some deep breaths and allow this to stretch your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back. When you're lifting your head, it is optional. This also adds some additional stretching to your spine and your neck, and it can help alleviate some of the tension there. So do a couple seconds with some breaths there, lay back, relax, and then lift the next knee up. Then repeat. Perfect. You can put the knee down and just lay down and let your back and your glutes and your hamstrings just relax. So for position number 3, this is the seated spinal twist. This one's another simple one. You just want to extend one leg, whichever one, and place the opposite leg over top. Whichever one is going over the extended leg, that's the way you want to turn. So you can take your opposite elbow and place it on your opposite knee and just twist. So this may be uncomfortable for some people with injuries, but really just go at your own pace and see what works for you. This is a really good stretch for your hips, your lower spine, as well as your hamstrings. And it really helps stimulate some abdominal organs and abdominal muscles. So just hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds. You can gaze backwards if you want a little bit of an extra stretch, but that's not necessary. And take a couple deep breaths. And once you're finished with that, just release your arm, release the leg, and then you can switch to the other side. So by placing the opposite knee over top of the opposite leg, and then as well the opposite elbow over the opposite knee, and just stretch. Take a couple deep breaths, and then relax. This is a really good one too. There's a lot of tightness that comes in the hips whenever we have lower back pain. They're normally associated with each other. So at any time you can stretch your glutes and your hips, it will help alleviate any lower back pain that you have. So position number 4 is a spinal twist as well, but it's from a prone position. So what you want to do is you want to lay down, and you basically want to do the same as a knee to chest, but instead of pulling it in further to your chest, you just want to rotate it out to the opposite side. So this is something that really helps loosen the glutes and the hamstrings, and it gives another spinal twist there to help kind of move any of the muscles that may be tightened or swollen and inflamed down there. Your knee does not have to touch the ground, and it's almost better as if it floats, and it's sometimes good to help give it some support with whatever hand is closest. So just sit there for a little bit. You'll really feel this one in your glutes. This is a great stretch. You don't want to twist your spine too much, so don't try and lift your hips up and really wring yourself out like a rag. So really just try and keep yourself still straight and facing up in a solid line, but then just lifting that leg and allowing it to kind of hang over with gravity. So after a couple breaths, you can return to the center and then just slowly bring that down. And then do it with the same opposite side. So then you want to lift the knee up and then just allow it to kind of fall over. Support it with that other hand and take a few breaths there. Perfect. Okay, and then we can go back and release. So for our 5th stretch, this one is called cat-cow. So this is a popularized yoga position that actually really does good for our mid and lower spine, as well as loosens up the rib cage. So what you want to do is you want to get on all fours, and you basically want to arch your back like a cat would and a cow, and you want to arch it up, or arch it down I should say, and then take a couple breaths and then slowly arch it up. This is more how the cat would do it. But then you just want to rotate between these two, and what this will do is it'll actually help build some abdominal strength so that you can actually build those muscles so they support your lower back from actually becoming more injured and more inflamed. So you can do this a couple times. I like doing this one and then right after hopping into child's pose, because any sort of active movement in the lower back, it really helps to hop into a position like child's pose that allows the back to just fully relax and really rejuvenate. So after a few of those, then you can return to a normal side and then just hop back down. And now finally for our 6th stretch. This one will be a little more active, so not everyone can do this depending on what sort of injuries that they do have, but this one also really helps get a deep glute stretch to release any of the hamstring and the glute that may be contributing to any of the lower back pain. So what you want to do is another knee to chest stretch, but instead of pulling it all the way through, you want to lift your opposite leg and place your ankle on that knee. Further, you'll grab the inside of your thigh, similar how you would have done the knee to chest stretch, and then you'll gently pull that knee closer towards you. What this does is gives a really good stretch in your glutes and your hamstrings on the opposite leg, the first leg that we did lift up. So just hold that for a couple seconds, have a couple deep breaths. Don't push yourself too hard too. If you start feeling pain, just release a little bit, give yourself a little extra leeway. You gotta be careful if you have any knee problems. This is something that does put sideways pressure onto the knee. So if you do have any knee problems, just be aware and maybe skip this one. And then we can release that down, lift the leg back up, and put everything down for a nice reset. And then again, we can lift this leg up, do the opposite, put the ankle on, thread the needle through, and then gently pull. Allow that glute and hamstring to really have a good stretch. So take a few breaths, and then we can release it. So with these 6 stretches, you can actually help prevent most of the lower back pain that you do have. And if you incorporate them on a daily basis, you'll find rapid results, as well as you'll be able to build up some of the muscles that will further help protect your back in the future. So thanks again for tuning into the first episode of Prairie Sun Movement, and we hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.